I was born in El Salvador. I came here to the U.S. When I was at the tender age of 7 years old. So my position is workforce development and technical assistant. So anything tech I can help, or with computers, workforce development. My name is Erick Gamero. I was born in El Salvador. I came here to the U.S. When I was at the tender age of 7 years old. So my position is workforce development and technical assistant. So anything tech I can help, or with computers, workforce development, holding programs. I've always liked to help people. Like, even that's why I went into customer service. I don't know, it's just something, although I have social anxiety, to be very honest with you, I chose a career that the opposite. So I decided to confront my social anxiety and kind of deal with that up front. But yeah, I've done customer service for, like you mentioned, Citibank, Verizon Wireless, and also Sprint as well. So serving people for the most part has been kind of my career choice overall. And so that's why, like, even thinking about like serving a community's whole community resource center is kind of this clear next step, you know, so that way I can make fiscal change throughout, you know, the community and help the community that I'm a part of, essentially, you know. I went through elementary school, White Plains Elementary, George Washington, White Plains Middle School, and then I also went to White Plains High School. After that, I went to University of Buffalo. Believe it or not, I applied. I graduated at 2.6, which is an average kind of grade point average. I remember going to another event that happened. I went to my guidance counselor. He was like, well, I don't think any school would accept you. But I decided to prove him wrong, and I applied, and they accepted me to University of Buffalo. I went there for 4 years. Graduated with a degree in urban design. So urban policy would be my next step. But I just went into working. I just wanted to start working and making money quickly, that I just focused on that aspect of my life as opposed to continue my education. The reason I joined CRC, I saw them on News 12, and they were featured as doing something like for migrant workers, and I was like, and then just like a light bulb basically went off in my head, and they allowed me to teach a class, you know, computer class there, and that's how I came to CRC. A place, I don't know, that can change lives. I mean, it might just be one ESL class, but that makes a whole lot of difference in the community, in one single person. And so when you do it, like, you have 20 students in a class, 30 people in a class, I mean, that changes the community as a whole, you know? So life-changing, a place of, you know, you see other Latinos working there who are successful, so motivation, especially for kids. I know that, you know, representation's huge nowadays. They're talking about representations. When I was growing up, that wasn't the case, you know. It was, you just saw whatever you saw on TV, and that's what it was. The proudest achievement would be graduating college, so that was like, you know, I made it there all on my own. You know, it was just it was an amazing time for me to grow personally and emotionally. So I'm gonna say college for the most part. Yeah, I mean, I think you have to be self-motivated. You can't, I mean, quotes are great and people are great around you, but self-motivation is what matters, and you can be successful that way. And then one thing was like, and I remember my mom saying this to me when I was a little kid, you know, just relax, you know, go to sleep, tomorrow's another day, you'll handle it tomorrow. I think I'm very hard on myself. I feel like, although I've been through so much, gone through college on my own, I've accomplished most of these things on my own, you know, coming to CRC and everything. I don't think that I'm fully successful, believe it or not. I feel like there's still so much left to do. I know there was a master's that I wanted to complete in public relations. I wanted to essentially run programs for CSC, so there's still a lot left to do. Success, I guess, is when you feel full inside. Don't be afraid. I think a lot of the time people are afraid to do things. I grew up not doing things because I was scared how I was going to be perceived, or, oh no, dicen en español, tengo pena, no quiero hacerlo. No, tienes que hacerlo. Si sientes pena, hazlo, porque, that's what makes it hard, and that's what, get out of your comfort zone, and then you will grow and change as soon as you get out of your comfort zone. That comfort zone.